Hi, it's Javi Rappaport here with Torah Wisdom to Go. Welcome, thank you for joining, and it's always a pleasure to share with you. Have you ever given your child an instruction and your kid looks at you like somewhat annoyed, like, "Ma, I know that. You didn't have to tell me." And you chuckle quietly to yourself, "Really?" We might have that very same feeling in this week's Torah portion. Parshat Mishpatim. It begins with Ve'ela ha-mishpatim asher tasim lifnehem. These are the statutes you should place before them. Ve'ela, and, which means a continuum, a connection to what happened in last week's Torah portion, which is Yisro, the giving of the Torah. And what are these laws that are connected to the giving of the Torah? What would we think? Of course, laws, spiritual, lofty, laws between man and God, right? But Mishpatim are anything but that. They're rational, common sense, moral laws that we think, hey, I could have thought of them on my own. Are they really godly from Sinai? Does God have to tell me, do not kill, do not steal, do not bear false witness? Yeah. And that's because the rational mind does just that. It rationalizes. What's not okay today can be rationalized and thought about and contrived and can become okay tomorrow. Nobody has to prove that to us. Our history has proven it over and over. How many rational minds have rationalized corrupt, evil, deplorable acts? And the mind doesn't stay stagnant. It fluctuates. What I didn't think I could entertain today, I might really embrace tomorrow, especially if my ego has been ruffled. So the Torah says, Ve'ela ha-mishpatim, and these rational laws are laws from Sinai. They're God's mandate, just like any other law that we received in the Torah from Sinai. Keep Shabbat, eat kosher, etc. And Ve'ela ha-mishpatim asher tasim lifneihem. There's another beautiful explanation for the word lifneihem, placed before them. Lifneihem, pnim, pnimiyut, their deeper meaning. Remember, what is the deeper meaning? Even to these rational laws, it is God's will, God's mitzvah, like any other mitzvah. Whether you think it sounds good, it feels good, it makes sense, it's God's will. And the other thing that happens when we approach every mitzvah this way, even the one that makes such human sense, Hashem says, Asher tasim lifneihem, place this before them, their essence, their pnimiyut, their pnim will be so affected, will grow, will be enhanced, their very core, from the inside out, they will grow in such meaningful ways because they have valued and approached every single command, even those that seem human and logical from a godly perspective. And it pays to think about this. Who, in the first place, created our minds in such a way that it could grasp these ideas, these values as moral, as rational, as logical? Isn't it God? So, is it really common sense? Or just maybe godly sense? And our takeaway, so regardless of what it is, which mitzvah you do, whether it's, I think that person deserves charity, or any other mitzvah, approach it in the same way. Not because I understand, not because this is a good thing to do, which is okay, but primarily it's God's will It's God's desire, and it's my privilege to connect with him through his mitzvot.